Welcome back, guys. Today we're doing a new Obsidian trailer. This one's a gameplay of combat and some details, apparently. The Outer Worlds.
The Outer Worlds, and you was pretty hyped for this last time we saw a trailer, weren't you?
Yeah, because this one I don't know whether you'll see more, but in the first trailer we did, you saw all the detail on the face, the animation of smiles and frowns, and that was so engrossing. You know, it's just fantastic. I've not seen that in a game before.
So this is meant to be a more detailed look with a bit of narration from the creators. It was brought to us by Game Informer, and because you're pretty hyped and you want to see some more, we thought we'd take a look and share it with you. So should we take a look?
Certainly can.
Even though we talk about you can sneak and you can talk your way through, everybody does combat. So I don't want anyone to either think our combat's boring, but I also don't want to think there was too much just rote combat in the game. I want them to come away thinking that combat was exciting, it was fun when it happened, it was a little scary, you could always die, there was always a chance you could die, but that if you basically thought about it and were tactical, you could get through pretty much anything.
Definitely a lot more futuristic.
We are an RPG first, but it still looks like a shooter, so it needs to play like a shooter. We're trying to walk a little bit of a tightrope line between the two to make sure that when you see an encounter, an easy encounter, you might just be able to just shoot everything and not worry too much about taking cover, using your health kits, and just sort of brute force it. But as you start to encounter larger encounters or enemies with special abilities or tactics, that's when we have some of the things in there that we want players thinking through. Like, I'll take a moment, I know what this guy can do, what are the ways that I can deal with that? What are the tools in my toolbox? You know, should I be using my companions?
You definitely wanted to make sure this game supported
what was that?
you roll in addition to combat.
It wasn't just a hammer, was it?
And dialogue, leadership role.
See what your experience points come
will
on.
swap in and out companions to gain access to their skills. And
Very
the leader,
colourful.
because he spent points in that.
No, that's true,
Proficient in combat as a pure combat character. So he gains the combat skills of his companions, and they're really important for him to have.
So companions, just by being there, will help out with dealing damage. They'll also grab aggro from enemies. Players can also direct them to attack specific targets. And then they also have special companion abilities, which is a special move that can be used in certain scenarios to inflict certain status effects on enemies. They're sort of like our specials that gives companions a little bit more flavor, and each of them has a unique thing that they can do that has its advantages and disadvantages against different types of enemies. There's some perks that can change.
Get a lot of them
slow-mos,
aren't they? Wonder what that's
change
about.
the cooldown based off of other things.
That's true for almost everything. If you like ranged combat, you can perk it.
Like a
If you
fatal
like
attack,
TTD,
maybe.
you can perk it. TTD is our tactical time dilation. You can slow down time and move
bit like a
and
VATS.
shoot and aim. It's a way for you to behave tactically in combat if you're not the best FPS player. But FPS players will still want to use it because it gives you bonus status effects depending on what part of the...
They've so taken VATS from Fallout, aren't they? They probably designed it a bit.
We just want to make sure that people don't feel overwhelmed.
At first, we just had TTD slow down everything all the time, and then just drain at a constant rate. And it drained really fast, but then we were just trying to balance out, well, it becomes super powerful if I can just do everything all the time without it draining. So this was a way for us to if you don't do anything and just look around, you have plenty of time.
Outdo everyone, couldn't you?
Once you start moving, it drains a little bit faster, then once you decide to take a specific action, that's when you start to lose a big chunk of it.
Yeah, when you get overwhelmed, it's great to take a breather. You just turn around and go, and then you kind of look around and go, my companions are really low in health.
Actually getting to see a lot more of the gameplay than I thought you would.
Okay, what should I do? And you can even switch weapons and reload and do things like that.
It's like a semi-pause.
We have a bunch of different types of
look
weapons,
around.
energy weapons and bullets and melee weapons. But we also have a lot of brands.
I like that.
And so we're hoping that gives us enough
easy
of a
way to
matrix
change
of different
weapons.
kinds of weapons
Wow.
that you can
What's
give
that
them
sort?
to the
don't know what that is. It looks-
early on.
It looks hot.
And then give more powerful versions of the same weapons later. Our brands are significantly different from each other. Spacer's Choice doesn't have a high health, so the weapon condition on that breaks down a lot, but they're so cheap they're easy to fix. We have some other brands that have a lot of mod slots. The weapon is the kind of weapon you can put a silencer on and a scope on and a bigger magazine, so you can actually remake the weapon for your style of play. So there's a lot of choices for players to have even
It's
early in
good.
the game.
It's got a massive RPG element.
XP for killing people. So
Yeah.
you must
we do have
be
a
able
lot
to
of
level
different
up your
weapons early
character.
on. The two different melee types.
It just looks like Fallout, but even more futuristic,
There's
doesn't
a
it?
little bit of each
Pretty
early
much, it's gonna be
on,
the
but yeah,
same.
we do
You say
scale it
you're
up so that
modifying the
once you get
weapons
to
to
that
suit your own
higher
needs.
levels, you start to see
Yeah.
some a little bit fancier things, better at dealing mass death to things. Yeah, overall, I think.
Intriguingly, though, you've got
we've come a
two
long way
characters in the top
from
left
where
there,
we
haven't you?
started,
It's telling you the
it's
health
feeling
for
pretty
both
good
Felix
right
and
now.
Ellie.
Really excited to
Part of your
see how we
team.
finish.
It's a shame they only give us it
Me
in like
too.
a 720 quality, because the actual game, wow, the actual game is so sharp. When we watched the first trailer, when it was.
Yeah, well, that was more
So-
cinematics, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah, so you get
cinematics,
to see
you'd
it.
expect that. You got a lot more of the gameplay there. It's looking very colourful and vibrant, I would say that. Whether it's my kind of thing at the moment, I'm a bit sitting on the fence with it at the moment. I'm not hating it. Maybe I've just been spoilt that much with Fallout 4. And I shouldn't be comparing it to that, really. This is a game in its own right, but they have taken a lot of them elements from the Fallout. You can
Well,
see it.
they were the original
were.
designs of Fallout, so it will automatically have part of their sort of heritage in it, won't it?
Understandably, yeah.
But it weren't all dilapidated, was it? It's actually in a modern state, I believe. There's sort of some super global companies that are trying to keep down the normal people and run all the. I think there's a couple of worlds or more. I think there's like 2 worlds which you can fly back and forward to, as far as I know. But there are many more worlds out there.
If any more of this content lands decent content for our worlds, we are aware there's a couple other long-winded, similar to this, but they're just sat in had an interview
Yeah,
behind a
unless
desk.
you really want us to.
Yeah, we hadn't actually
react.
watched them. I just flicked through quickly and I've seen that they're just long-winded, showing you little bits of gameplay, but we want some more just gameplay
Yeah, I
and
didn't even know this
cinematics.
kind of thing was out yet.
No, it's only one of our lovely subscribers pointed at our direction and said, "There's more Outer Worlds out there. Take a look." So I have, and then he was like a kid in a sweetie store. So yeah, we're going to cover some more Outer Worlds here at Hypetrain. So be sure to subscribe. Let us know anything you know in the comments, and we'll see you all soon.
Catch you on the flip side.